catchy and like it won't get us sued.
Yay!
Especially since the entire concept of other people's heartache is something that got Dan nearly sued. So
I can't wait to get sued.
hello. This is going to be a Bastille fan podcast. How about you guys go around and introduce yourselves?
I'm May. I don't actually have a lot to say about myself. I've been a fan for a year-ish, not even, but I like these men. Yeah. I'm going to nominate Sky to go.
God damn it. I'm Sky! I never learned how to read! I think I've been a fan since, like, late 2012, early 2013. Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, hi, I'm Soshi. I've been a fan a little bit, like a day before Blame dropped. I became a fan, so I'm a really big Blame stan.
Alright, I'll introduce myself now. Hi, I'm Corey. I have an unreasonable amount of love for WW comps. Also, if we're going around and saying how long we've been a fan, I've been a fan since December 24th, 2013.
Huh, I'm older than you.
How do you remember that?
Because I remember the exact circumstances that I became a fan, and it was because my friend Cooper sent me a video, and it was the Pompeii video, and said, hey, this looks like Night Vale.
Iconic.
Also, not to mention, we have other people here that shall not be named. Alright, so, you want to know the fun thing that happened recently?
Today on, what is the date? November 8th, 2017?
It's 9th.
9th? I can't count.
A video, I almost said a video game came out. A video came out and a song.
When it feels like the world's gone mad and there's nothing you can do about it. No, there's nothing you can do about it.
I think we need to start this off discussing this by talking about the fact that there's this one scene everybody has been, being fangirls over, which is like, it's the first time Dan starts, singing towards the camera. And like he's being all dramatic. It's like kind of like, I don't know exactly when it is, but he's supposed to be talking to you, but it's also when the horse comes and it's just him and the horse, and it's implying that he's just singing this like fake deep shit to a horse.
God, me!
It's a police horse. Like,
it's not even a normal horse, it's a police horse!
He was more excited about being there with a horse than he was for Will Smith.
Will Smith, just know you've now been unstand in support of a horse.
I mean, in Will Smith's defense, he wasn't actually there.
Dan Smith and Will Smith were never actually in the same shot, so technically they could be the same person.
There's all sorts of problems with that statement.
Like, I'm just imagining if they did meet, it's like Dan and Will, as in Will Smith, are in the same room, and it's like, and Dan's like, haha, we could be related, we have the same last name. And then Will Smith just looks at his skin, and then he looks at Dan, like, without any commentary.
Will Smith looks like the type of person to do that.
Yeah.
I had a moment, it was like, I didn't know who Will Smith was, so I was thinking, like, Will, the bassist, Will, and I'm like, did he get married to Dan? And I just didn't hear. I don't remember people very well.
Didn't they marry? So if Dan Smith ever hears this, the first time we actually mention him, or not really, but...
By name.
By name. By real name.
Insinuating his relation to his bandmate. And to Will Smith.
And Will Smith.
Will Smith is a man.
Is he really?
I think so. I think he's real.
I mean, he was in After Earth.
Oh my
He was
God.
in M Night
I Robot.
so it's very
No.
possible
He
not
was a
real.
robot, remember at the end? That might have been a spoiler to people who have not seen iRobot, but he turns out to be a cyborg at the end.
Yo, I didn't know
How
that.
could you? How
Wow.
dare you spoil that movie? It
Oh,
had
I was like younger than like 6, I think, watching that.
I don't think I was allowed to watch it, so.
I gotta look up like Will Smith right now because I just realized I can't think of a single movie with him in it, besides After Earth. But I haven't even seen that.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he's pretty
Oh
famous for
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Okay,
that's where he got
okay,
his start. He was young then, but
okay. Back to the video.
Do you guys have any like theories or anything? Because I kind of feel like it does tie really in, probably with the Bright movie, which isn't even out yet. And I know I'm
Right.
supposed to be supporting Dan. If the song is actually in the movie, I will watch it probably.
Johnson.
If not, I probably won't because I suck at watching movies. It's kind of weird to me. Like I feel like they are like specifically in this movie, especially. It's like supposed to be like commentary on like recent police brutality, but it's like using freaking orcs as the like
victims of it.
reason
Yeah.
Alright.
as like a a synonym, not a synonym. What am I trying to say?
Allegory.
Metaphor.
A
Allegory.
metaphor.
Okay.
An allegory. You're right, actually. For Black people, and it's like, well,
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Not sure if I'm allowed to have an opinion on that, honestly.
I was gonna say something like really productive, but then I just started thinking, isn't orc like a race from D&D?
yeah.
No, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
the plot of Bright is. Bright is from what I understand it's like a police movie, but it's about like a world in which kind of those D&D fantasy races, like Lord of the Rings style, like they just exist in real life.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense because for like the past week, I was having like a moment about that.
No, I'm angry now. We could have had sexy Dan Smith orc.
What? Wait, we're going. No.
We could have had Dan Smith if you're listening right now. How dare you not actually freaking how dare you not be an orc?
I'm gonna cry. Real tears.
Real tears or fake tears?
Real tears. The realest tears you can imagine.
Should we talk also? I mean, we should still talk about, like, especially, like, God, did anybody else, like, not really, but kind of want Dan to get shot at the end?
I felt like I was coming and I wasn't sure. I was kind of bracing myself for it, and I wasn't sure what I had been, what I would have thought about it. Because in terms of a, like, kind of social commentary speak, I feel like I'm kind of glad he didn't. Because I feel like if he had, it might have been feeling like he was making it too much about him. And I mean, he is white, so. But again, so am I, so take my opinion with a grain of salt.
I've just been disappointed, Dan. You used to die so much in these MVs, and now you're just living like a normal person.
On Glory, do you think he's the dead one? Do you think May is the dead one? Or
This isn't related to this. I think there were too many people who had Dan in their names that were making that because the director was also a Daniel, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
and
he
it's
was a
May
Daniel.
Daniels and Daniel Smith, and I think that's like way too
Agreed.
many Daniels for one.
It's a convention of Daniels. I personally think like Dan's the dead one, but that's honestly just because I get the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I feel like if any of them have to be dead, it would probably be Dan. For the explicit reason that if you don't see Dan by himself.
Yeah,
in the video,
exactly.
But you
Well,
do.
no, you do see him by himself a couple of times.
May is like the one acting sad, and like there's like that one
Yeah.
point. It looks like she's about to
like
cry.
during the looking up for
Like the bridge part. Okay, what were we saying? Back to World Gone Mad. I like the music video, but like relatively was pretty uneventful.
Yeah.
I
It's like-
mean, but we're still going to fawn over. Like it
Yeah.
actually was pretty uneventful. Like there's not much to talk about besides like like the small WW comms sign. Like there's nothing much regarding it. Like I mean, it's an interesting video, and like, of course, there's a lot of commentary going on in it.
Mhm.
But like,
Dan Smith walks down the street and then gets arrested again.
Again.
God, I wanted there to be. I am so sorry. I wanted there to be more violence. I wanted there to be like some cool stuff. I wanted Dan Smith being an action star, but no, he was just being deep.
We got all hyped with all the blood on his face and like the broken nose and everything. He looked fucking awesome.
Showing by the fact that everybody on Twitter has not stopped talking about it for the past 6 hours.
6 hours and 29 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It feels like it's been 5 years.
God, but I do kind of like that shot of him, just standing there with his hands back. It was kind of
Yeah,
cool.
that was a really good shot. It was just like, oh, this
I
looks
saw a
good.
discussion of the parallels between that
I'm like,
and the
stop
Pompeii
saying that.
video.
I didn't hear a single thing you just said, May.
I was saying, stop staring at me, Dan. I'm sensitive.
You can't tell him what to do. He does his own thing.
No, I can. If enough of us, if he stops listening to his fans, then he's out of a job. Because like, if
Okay.
people stop listening to him, then whoops. No
there
more-
goes the money.
You guys are already threatening Dan Smith.
We're sorry, Daniel Smith.
We haven't even talked about any of the other members. Like, and I think
We mentioned Will.
Will's the best and the only member of Bastille, so
Woody.
the only one we really need to address.
Woody.
Okay, wait, Woody, we got it.
Woody.
I
Woody.
feel like, man,
Woody.
I understand why not, but I feel I've been disappointed by like recently the lack of other Bastille members in the MVs.
Agreed.
We gotta fix that.
They need to be.
Because-
And we gotta challenge Nessa to a fight for that.
Yeah. Hey, Woody, can you just exist as your things we lost the fire form as in like all times?
The best music video. Like Woody
What
is
about
iconic.
the bear furry Woody form?
Oh, we do have furry good grief, Woody.
That's the real iconic Woody, as we all know clearly. This is common information.
No, it's not. Things we lost in the fire, Woody. Is
I'm not fighting with you on this one.
Your Texas is showing.
what?
I visited Texas.
Things we lost in the fire.
Shut up! I'm from California.
I'm
like
teasing.
in Texas.
This my
Texas
crime
is
name.
already settling in. The most iconic Woody is clearly the good grief bear Woody. Okay, I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing with you on this one. You know I'm right.
No, you're not. Because okay, but in a fight, things we lost in the fire, Woody would win because he has a.
He has a gun.
Do you
We
guys
should talk about Kyle.
Kyle.
Do you think Kyle should get a solo in LP3? Because yes.
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 And Charlie should be on the record too. I mean, I
For
get
sure.
that he has
Or- yeah, I mean, can we really force Charlie to?
I understand he's a solo artist, but he does have a great voice.
Featuring Charlie Barnes.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can't
they could
put
do
him
that.
on.
I feel like he's a Bastille member, but it also like not like it's like a hard thing to like
Part-time Bastille member.
have hard opinions on it for some reason, and it's
Mhm.
like
And people get heated about it too.
yeah, and it's like Charlie is a man, and I love him.
And he's real.
Warrant like this much
He's
hate.
not real.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Can I challenge Dan Smith to a fight real quick?
All right, the
Fight me!
Can
Skyway,
I?
the Dan Smith fight count is now up to 1. We will be keeping track of this and of this threat over the course of our podcast.
Yeah.
Wait, did
Good.
Sochi say that too?
Really
Huh?
bad. I hate him.
Did anyone else?
Yeah, wait, no, you didn't say it yet. Sochi hasn't yet.
Okay, so I get the honors of being the first to challenge Dan Smith to a fight. Is that what we're saying, right?